is the feature match of the morning. It's the men's team gold medal match against two of the strongest in the world. It'll be number 2 seed Denmark taking on the top seed from the United States. And they're first out on the field of play here, led by Braden Gellenthien, Team USA. High-fiving Braden Gellenthien, Steve Anderson, Rio Wilde, having a good time already out here. If you're not having fun. So Rio Wilde
dropping his release,
making sure he's got that release with him, as he'll take his spot in the lineup out there. The USA got to this match by finishing 8 up on Australia in the quarterfinals and then edging India by 1 in the semifinals. On your left, Rio Wilde. On your right, Braden Gellenthien. And in the middle, that big guy is Steve Anderson from the great state of Idaho. I'll tell you what, between Steve Anderson and Colin Klimacek, who shoots recurve for the U.S., the United States has the makings of a very good basketball team on their archery team.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. They're really, really tall.
So Rio Wilde, Steve Anderson, and Braden Gellenthien teaming up here together to try to win the gold medal. In Shanghai, it was India. Actually, in Antalya, it was the USA that defeated Denmark. So this is a rematch from stage 2 on Konialti Beach, where the United States defeated Denmark.
I think they've shot together many, many times because they're just so great.
They know each other very well.
Yes.
They get along very well, but when they step up to that line, it is highly competitive. Denmark getting a bye in the 8th round, then fought off France by 2 in the quarterfinals and took care of Italy by 10 in the semifinals. Stephan Laursen on your Patrick Laursen on your left. Martin Damsbo on your right. And the reigning world champion, Stephan Hansen, the young man in the middle, the 20-year-old who had such a great moment 2 weeks ago in Copenhagen on his home turf in his home country, winning a world championship.
It was just great to see so many people there for him, and he won. He was just shooting great all week long. And I was happy to see that, because it almost never happens that you win at your home, because we only travel in 2, 3, 4 different countries. But Denmark was planning it for a long time. A lot of people came to see the finals and with the flags and everything, so it was very, very nice.
Well organized, very well run, and very well supported by the fans in Copenhagen, who packed the stands at Christianborg Palace. So here we go. The big matchup of the morning, the men's gold medal match here in compound competition. And the USA, seated first after qualifying, will shoot first. Braden Gellenthien to lead off.
Just off at 11 o'clock. Maybe a shot.
So Braden just a little bit high on that shot right there, 29 years of age. And here's the 27-year-old Steve Anderson, who came close to winning a bronze medal in the team match last year here in Wroclaw.
Good X. Nice, Steve.
Now going for the gold. Finds the center of that target. And here's the Honey Badger, Rio Wilde.
Good strong shot, buddy.
Also from the great state of Idaho.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot by Rio, who, by the way, will be joining us this afternoon for the mixed team matches and the individual matches as well. He'll be with us here on Archery TV. Back to Patrick Laursen. It's interesting, the world champion shoots second.
Yes.
On this team. On this team.
Yeah, there are 3 great archers.
They're so strong. They lead off with Patrick Laursen. They end with Martin Damsbo, and they've got the world champion Stephan Hansen shooting second.
We also have Sarah shooting second, and she's practically the best archer in the world. A 10.
All right, you got it, buddy. Keep pouring it on, dude.
So the U.S. up quickly by 1 as Gellenthien, the top qualifier this week,
Yeah.
the score of 708 out of
5 o'clock.
720, and he posts his first 10 of the match. We'll see Braden later this afternoon in the mixed team competition.
Yeah, I'll see him on the shooting
Yes,
line.
you'll see him, yes. Up close.
Yes, very close.
X line at 11, nice.
Steve Anderson shooting
Finish it
very,
up,
very
Rio.
well.
Yep. Nice.
As is Rio Wilde.
Good end, gents.
How's a
What
baddie?
that shoot is?
So 5 10s for the U.S. in that first opening end. And they will have a lead regardless of what Denmark does with these next 3 shots. Laursen lines up at 10. Now here's Hansen.
Very nice shot.
Hansen was on that team in Belek in 2013 at the World Championships that won a gold medal. This team has been together, and we'll talk about this after this shot from Martin Damsbo, but these 3 have worked together for the last 2-3 years.
Yes, for a
And you
very
can see
long
the
time.
results right there,
Yes.
how well they shoot together.
Yes, they feel very well with each other. They trust each other. They're just a great team.
So an outstanding start for USA with 59 points. Only 1-9, and that was on the first arrow of the end. Denmark shooting well too with 58 points, but they fall a point behind. But it's really interesting to watch what happens if you can put a team like this together with Laursen and Damsbo and Hansen and let them work together over a couple of years. You get great results.
That's right. I think they have won a lot, and they can win in every competition. They appear, they can win.
Pick each other up. Laursen leads off, make sure he leaves enough time for Hansen, and Hansen does the same for Damsbo, although Martin's that kind of shooter that if you put him in that spot where there's just a few seconds to go, he can still get off a great shot.
Yeah, it's just like Sergio Pani, what we saw just earlier on.
Right, where he
only
released
had
with 2
10,
seconds.
Yeah, no problem.
They've been there before, they've seen it before, they've experienced it before, and there is no substitute for that kind of experience.
That's right.
So 59-58 in favor of the United States right now. Wilde, Anderson, and Gellenthien going up against Damsbo, Laursen, and Hansen. Been a great summer for Stephan Hansen. Won the World Youth Championship for the 3rd time in his career in South Dakota in the United States last month. Wins a World Championship a few weeks later at home in Denmark. Now here he is in a gold medal match. We'll also see him in mixed team competition this afternoon.
For gold, yes.
So here's Patrick Laursen, the auto mechanic who was tabbed as an alternate for Turkey in 2013. Wound up going to Antalya and won a gold medal there, and it's been just a great ride for him ever since then. In fact, in that match, he beat his teammate Martin Damsbo.
That's right.
Now Hansen.
Great shot.
Martin Damsbo, the gold medalist at the World Cup final in Paris in 2013.
Keep us rolling, dude.
10-10-10. mounting a challenge to the United States as Gellenthien
There you go.
goes for it and gets
Another
it.
X.
Good X. Did it not go off there?
6'7" Steve Anderson makes his home in Salt Lake City and trains at the Easton Foundation Center.
Just out.
Just off the
Just drifted a little bit wide to the right.
Just a shade of wind that flew across.
And now here's Rio. Draw a weight of 60 pounds on that bow.
Wide right, buddy.
So 2 9s. And just like that, Denmark takes the lead.
By 1. Another 9.
Patrick Laursen perhaps giving back a point. Now here's Hansen, who's already won 78% of his matches in his brief career. And he's been in a lot of matches.
Yes.
So after 3 straight 10s to start off this end, it's a pair of 9s. Will it be 3 straight 9s, or will Martin Damsbo end that streak? Damsbo's down the middle.
That's great.
All right, buddy, you got this.
So time to see what the Americans can do, and Gellenthien,
Exit 9 o'clock. Good shot.
the great shot.
There are just 6 great archers, and I think that
Keep
until
going,
the end
Steve.
we won't know who's going to win.
On
Yeah.
the line,
It's a
it would
10.
appear.
It's a 10.
Finish it off, buddy.
So now Rio Wilde either tie it up or regain a 1-point lead for the USA.
Nice.
Nice.
Badger bags a 10. And the USA goes back up in front by 1. It's a little bit of a seesaw battle right there in that second end, as Denmark moved ahead by 1 after the first 3 arrows, and then the USA moves back out in front by 1 after 6 more or 3 more arrows. So the USA, which led by 159.58 after the first end, still leading by 1 now, 117 to 116 in this gold medal match. Been an interesting time for Braden Gellenthien, who admits that it was a dry spell for him last year. No individual medals for him last year. And you talked about this a little while ago. You mentioned target panic to me. He also has mentioned that he felt as though he had a little bit of target panic. Talk about that a little bit. What that's like and what that feels like for an archer.
I know it very well.
Oh.
Very well, unfortunately. It's been a part of me for over 20 years.
Hard to believe.
Yeah. No, but it's obvious. You can see it sometimes in my matches when I just do like this.
A little
How do you-
flinch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do the same thing at the practice. I do the same thing at the competition. In the qualification round, I do it, but I just let down the bow. And in the team finals, you just can't let down because there's not enough time. It's very, very hard. Sometimes it gets to extreme where you're not even able to aim in the target, not in the target phase, or you just pull the bow and you just press the trigger, just pull the trigger.
On the release,
Yeah,
yeah.
you just don't control your body. It's crazy. You tell yourself, okay, just try, pull, aim. No, it's something very incredible. I think that we still don't know. I talked about to one girl. She was trying to make like investigation about it, but not only psychologically. She wants to know how it works in the brain. So maybe one day we'll know.
We'll have an answer for that.
Yes, But it's a very interesting issue, and I think that the most of the archers, compound archers, know it very well.
I've got to think that everybody experiences it a time or two. And there you saw Martin whip that bow
Yeah.
just after the release.
Yes, of course.
I'm not saying he had target
No,
panic,
no,
but
no, maybe the side just moved a bit out, and he wanted,
Right.
Yeah.
but I think everybody goes through those times in all sports. And Braden Gellenthien, who we're seeing right here, has obviously gone through some of that. He said since Copenhagen he made changes to his setup, added more weight to his bow, changed from a back tension to a thumb release, and
Yes.
spent a lot of time shooting thousands of arrows.
That's right.
And it paid off for him right there as he shoots a 10. Anderson, close.
So it's out.
Too close to call from where we're sitting, that's for sure.
Really close.
So now Rio Wilde, who's had an exciting couple of weeks. Had a disqualification in Copenhagen
That's right.
Good arrow.
during qualifying.
He wasn't disqualified. He just, they took 100 points away just because the scorecard.
Signed an inaccurate scorecard.
That's right.
And then this week got into a shoot-off with Abhishek Verma. They both shot very well.
Yeah.
Verma just happened to shoot a little bit better. Now Stephan Hansen. And the Fresh Prince
Great
comes through.
Great shooting.
We've watched him grow up over the last 3 years.
I remember Martin. We've known each other for, I would say, like 15 years. He was a little guy, small boy, and now he's a great
All right, Braden, you got it.
One of the shining lights in this sport. Martin Damsbo, great sportsman.
That's right.
Yeah.
We always talk about
Good
he and
10
Braden
just off the
Gellenthien in
extra
that match in Antalya on Konialti Beach where
Braden shot with Martin.
Martin's backup bow,
That's
yes. Martin gladly offering him his bow when Braden had trouble with his own. Great show of sportsmanship. Of course, he went out and beat Braden Gellenthien that day as well, so
That's the middle, sir.
that made it a little easier.
Yes.
But I have a feeling had Martin lost that match, he would have been okay with that.
Well, he
Not
really,
okay with losing,
no,
but
no.
okay with the gesture of offering the bow.
That's right. That's right. He's a great athlete, a great person.
Rio Wilde for the lead, and then he gets it. And the USA stays up by 1. 176 to 175 unofficially. Now there is one arrow that has to be closely scrutinized, and there might be a change of the score, so we'll wait and see. But right now, unofficially, it's the U.S. on top by 176 to 175. As you sit here and you watch this, Maya, can you pick up anything that you think might be of value to you that you can use this afternoon in your mixed team match?
I just think I will concentrate on my shooting. I've got a great partner. We've been friends for 6 years. We've been practicing together for 6 years every day. Maybe not as a mixed team because normally it's him and Sara Lopez. But we've known each other for a long time, so I just hope to be as relaxed as possible and enjoy the competition because we're shooting against the US team. It's a great team, so I think it makes no sense to look at what they're doing. They're shooting. We just try to do our best, and if it's enough to win the medal, it's okay. And if it's not, we'll just accept it.
And you move on with
Yes,
life.
yes, but I think it's a great thing that we qualified for the bronze medal match because no one expected it from us, so I think we've done a lot.
Well, we're looking forward to it. That's coming up this afternoon. Mixed team bronze and gold medal matches, and then the individual bronze and gold medal matches. Some great action on tap here in Wroclaw, Poland. Wherever in this world you might happen to be tuning in and logging on and watching here on Archery TV, we're glad to have you with us, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night. And it could be the middle of the night.
It could be.
Somewhere out there in the world.
Somewhere.
Let's see,
sure.
what time is it in Colombia right now?
7 hours less.
Yes,
So if it's 12, it's 5 o'clock in the
5
morning.
o'clock in the morning, yeah.
So it's only 1 point, right?
It remains a 1-point lead,
Yes.
176-175. Favor of the Americans as we head to the fourth and final end. Denmark not going down without a fight. Patrick Laursen dials up a dime. And now Hansen. Just about dead center with that shot for the Great Dane. Damsbo. Trying to apply even more heat on his opponents, and does.
Great shot.
All right, Braden, you got this, dude. Good, strong shot.
So this one could go right down to the wire. Here's Braden Gellenthien, who's worked so hard since Copenhagen, but has one leak out into the 9 ring.
I need to move it. I can see her.
The U.S. can ill afford to have another 9. Steve Anderson not happy,
no.
and you knew it as soon as he released it. So a 10 right here from Rio Wilde, and the U.S. will be down by 2. Anything less, and the score will be even.
There you go.
Well, there's the 10 that the U.S. needed to stay close, but they not only lose the 1-point lead, they're now trailing by 2 with 3 arrows to go. Denmark hanging around.
Just 3 good shots.
They kept themselves in position, made 3 strong shots to start off the 3rd end. How will they finish? Oh my goodness, what a shot.
That's great.
Patrick Laursen, pinpoint precision. Denmark trying to pull away from the Americans.
Just,
Another 10.
That's right.
And it could be out of reach,
1 more.
depending upon what Martin Damsbo does right here.
Nice.
And that does it.
Nice.
For all
Perfect
intent and
16.
purposes, yep, that does it. That does it.
Great shooting.
The Americans still have to take their 3 shots, but
They won here last year, Denmark.
In at 11.
Denmark did win last year.
Yeah.
And it was these 3 archers for Denmark, Damsbo, Hansen, and Laursen, who got it done a year ago to win the gold medal, and they're going to do it again here in Wroclaw, Poland, as they pull off the comeback in the marquee match of the day. Rio Wilde to finish it off, but at best, the Americans will fall 3 points short.
Yeah.
Rio Wilde makes it a 3-point margin.
Just a few mistakes. And
Just a couple.
Yes, but against the great team who shoots 235, you cannot afford any mistake. Just great.
Denmark just steady as she goes throughout the entire match. They did fall behind by 1 after the first end, trailed by 1 midway through the match, still trailed by 1 after 3 ends, but midway through that 4th end, after shooting 3 straight 10s and seeing the Americans falter ever so slightly, Damsbo, Hansen, and Laursen able to pull ahead by 2, and they end up winning by 3 as Denmark gets it done here in Poland at stage 3. And they repeat their gold medal performance from a year ago here in Wrocław. This great, outstanding shooting by